Hello, YouTube. Sorry, my hair's a mess. I just got up. Either way, um, I woke up to a video uh, from Monster Mash 1313, and she was talking about like a little bit of a rant, and it got me interested. I was actually going to make an extension of the whole, goth topic we were talking about, but I just ended up deleting it. I was like, screw it. I pretty much did wrap it up. I felt like I didn't, but I did. So I'm wishy-washy. Just don't mind me. um, but she was talking about, how shitty people could be. And she was showing like her cute Halloween decorations and stuff that she got. So hello. Um, but yeah, I had a couple experiences that I'm going to tell you guys about. Um, one day I was going into Chick-fil-A and it was like early in the morning. And me and my friend and his boyfriend, we went on a bus, and we had to catch it real early because we had to go to a job interview for him. And then afterwards, we were really hungry, so we went to a Chick-fil-A. And of course, it's a religious place around here in America. So I knew that it wasn't going to be good for me because I was like dressed goth. And I had like my eye makeup on, like black eye makeup on. I had no eyebrows because I shaved those off. I had like my trip pants on. Actually, the same t-shirt that I'm wearing today. Surprise, surprise. I don't know if you could see that. I can't really show it. But I'm wearing the same t-shirt, which is kind of weird. But I'm wearing the same t-shirt that I was wearing, and it has a pentagram on the back of it. It's a band t-shirt. It's a concert t-shirt that I got from a Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie concert. And it has a pentagram on the back of it. And, like, I was walking past these group of old ladies, and they were already, like, looking at me like there was something seriously freaking wrong with me. Um, and I proceeded to walk past them, and I heard a lady say, why in the hell do people dress like that? There's seriously something wrong with him. He needs to go get help. Um, they like the devil and they're all about Satan. And they all just like started snickering and stuff, and I couldn't understand the rest of the things they were saying. And I just thought to myself, like, fucking really? Because, like, Chick-fil-A is a religious place, and this is not the first time that's happened in Chick-fil-A. It's happened a second time, but all in the same day, after the old lady started snickering. Um, I was on my way out for a cigarette because I used to smoke cigarettes. After I, ate, I would go outside and I would have a cigarette. So I was like, all right, guys, I'm gonna throw my food away and I'm gonna go outside for a smoke. So I got outside, and on my way out, these group of like fuckboys were looking at me and they were all laughing. And I was like, whatever. um, you know, so I walked past them, and I went home and stuff like that, and it was fine. And then later on, uh, my sister's friend was dating one of the guys in that group of boys. He took a picture of me. He posted it on Instagram, and he said, "What the fuck is this thing?" in all caps. Talking about me like I'm a thing, not a human being. Um, and I just thought that was so ridiculous. And he apologized for it, but it's like the fact is you did it, and that's really fucked up. Um, and then another time when I went into, Chick-fil-A, I sat down, and the whole time I was asking for food or whatever, the people at the counter were being really obnoxious and rude to me. And then on top of it, the waitress was being rude to me. So it just kind of, it annoys me. And what also annoys me is when I'm walking past like a group of guys in a public place, like a mall or whatever, and then they all start laughing. They all cannot help themselves, so they all have to start fucking laughing. Because they see someone that's just remotely different than they are. I don't care about being accepted. I really don't. The only thing that pisses me off is when people are just horrible. Um, I'm used to being called faggot. I'm used to being called queer because I've got two things against me that people hate in the world. I'm a goth and I'm gay. So a lot of people hate that. And unfortunately, I get flack from it. I have never, ever, ever wanted to be accepted in this subculture. I came into it because I didn't like the mainstream society. I didn't like the ideas or the beliefs or the practices of mainstream. They just didn't resonate with me at all. They didn't make sense to me at all. That everybody had to look the same and everybody had to do the same and everybody had to, listen to the same music and eat the same food. It was just so stupid and it was such bullshit. That's why I moved away from it. Um, but I just don't understand why people have to be that fucking nasty to another person. Um, for the most part, I just laugh or I just stare at them intently and scare them. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. And if it gets to the point where it's elevated, which I have been threatened in public before, I was walking in Cleveland with my friends to a concert club to like this metal show, and we had like religious people shouting at me and stuff like that. Also, I was going to the Marilyn Manson concert and the Rob Zombie concert, and there was a religious guy outside shouting at me, and I growled at him, which is kind of a douchey thing to do, but it's like I told him to leave me alone. He wouldn't leave me alone. He kept saying, "One day you'll realize that God is the way, God is the savior." And I was just like, "Just please stop. Leave me alone." And he was like handing out flyers because he knew what was going to transpire that night. He's seen all of us freaks and all of the metalheads and all of the Mansonites and all of the Rob Zombie fans, and he was all over that shit. But I scared him and he walked away. So, I mean, that's how I deal with it. Or I'll straight up just flip somebody off. I mean, I don't really feed into it anymore. In high school, I was badly, you know, bullied for that kind of stuff. Like, my friends would take me down to the freaking soccer fields, past the soccer field, into the woods, and beat the shit out of me. Because they thought it was funny. And, I would go to this ice skating rink all the time, and I would wear makeup and stuff, and I would get called a faggot. The worst experience I've ever had was when a group of adults pushed me over on the ice, and I fell, and I hit all of the air out of my stomach, and I just laid there, and they were laughing. Um, Just a little off topic about being alternative. This was around Halloween time. This was last year. I worked at a haunted house. Um, called Blood Moon Farm in Canfield, Ohio. So if you guys are in the area, most definitely go check it out. This is my like home haunt. Um, but anyways, that year we had a haunted house that I was interested in because I always wanted to be a creepy doll. So the theme was Barbie's Scream House, but it was all like porcelain dolls. I don't know why they called it Barbie Scream House, but it's all dolls and it's creepy or whatever. And they had a character that is in the nursery, and we come up with this character, um, the Bride in Black from Insidious movies. They wanted that kind of concept, as a guy, like the psycho kind of character that dresses up as a female, but isn't. But they wanted me to be like a doll with like a Victorian dress and a veil, but have a very deep demonic voice with a creepy baby. So I did that for a while, and I was getting like people being transphobic, pushing me up against the wall, even though I'm not transgender. I still have a problem with that as well, and I'll probably get into that in a couple other videos. I really should have a long time ago, and I said I would. I probably will talk about stuff like that, or LGBTQ kind of related stuff. But anyways, I was getting shoved up against walls. I was getting spit in my face. I was getting called a faggot. I was getting called a tranny. I had a mother and a father and their two little boys come up to me in the haunted house, and they said, "Look at Bruce Jenner, look at the tranny," and they started laughing. And the little boys started laughing, and they would not leave me alone. And I broke character. I was like, "You need to stop making me feel this way. You're harassing me right now, and you need to leave." And they would not leave. I had to walk away from them. And they're like, "Oh, really? He's not going to do anything now? Whatever, Bruce Jenner." And it was just like disgusting. I had a guy square up in there, put his fist up like this, and like try to like go really close to my face, like real fast like that, to insinuate that he was going to punch me. He also was the one that shoved me up against the wall and spit in my face. I had a group of, teenage boys, probably around 16, 17 years old, that came in there and they shoved their naked ass into my scene and tried to punch me and stuff. So I took the one by the back of his hood and I shoved him out of the haunted house. I don't understand why people have to be this way. There's no real easy coping way. The whole sticks and stones thing is bullshit. We're human beings, and there are going to be things in the world that are going to upset us. And the only true way to, deal with it is to stand up for yourself or legitimately just walk away. I understand that I hate, most people because most people are assholes, and we, are living in a world that encourages that. And even my teacher said, a lot of the times it is those people's or a lot of the times it's those people's parents. They raised them that way to be hateful because a child is born innocent and loving and accepting. And when you take that away from a child or you expose them to a violent environment, a lot of the times it will psychologically fuck them up. Now, I've been through a lot, through a very abusive time in my childhood, but I got through it. My family got through it, and it turned out all right. I didn't turn out to be this cynical piece of shit that likes hurting other people's feelings. So it does disgust me that people like that are out there, regardless if you're making fun of somebody because they're goth or because they're gay. You have no business doing so. So I understand, the only real coping mechanism is to walk away or to stand up for yourself or to talk to your friend, even if you have to rant to your friend and just scream at a camera. It works, it blows off steam, and it's a better recreational way than beating the shit out of somebody and then having to go to jail for it. I always look at it like, it's best not to, try to go to jail over somebody that is just trying to hurt you and that is this weak piece of shit. Till next time, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye.